on the end frames so that when you put the wire through, the wire doesn't eat right through that wood. And as tight as I string that wire, it wouldn't take long for it to go through. It's very simple. You have a eyelet insertion tool, and you simply slide the little grommet on, put it up over the hole, couple of taps, it's in. I tap them flush. Some people leave them a little above. And you do that to several thousand of these. You get it down to science real quick. I'm just going to do those two. I'm always looking ahead for what I've got. I've got several orders coming up, so I need frames. Notice I don't use a war club. I use a small hammer. I've got a big, I'll lift it out there. You need an 8-ounce hammer. You're not trying to beat steel with this thing. Once you have your eyelets in your end pieces, out comes the glue. Use a good quality glue. I like Type Bond 2 because it's waterproof. And once it sets up, it sets up. You're going to take your, I'm going to use deep frames because it's easier to see. I simply put the two end frames together and put glue in them. I can do them all at the same time. You take your top bar, make sure your eyelets are to the outside. And they, on the man leg frame, they snap in, they hold pretty good. And your bottom, that's in. Okay, at this point, you're ready to start using nails. There's an 1.25" nail, you can see them up here, that's used for the top and the bottoms. And you simply, for the bottom, you line that nail up. Tap it in flush. Now in your packet of stuff that I included with your materials for today, you will find a pattern that will make you a jig to do 10 of these at a time, which is much, much quicker. And I'm going to show it to you here in a little bit. On the top, you take 2 nails for each end. Now the reason for the extra nails on top is you're prying on this thing all the time. And if you don't have it nailed down good, it's coming apart. Now, because I make so many frames, I staple mine with 1.25" staples. The staple, once it hits the wood, starts to spread and it goes apart. And I use coated staples, so once they go in, you better have them where you want them. Now, if you're nailing, you've got your 2 nails in each end, you're not done yet. You flip it up on end, and you take another nail, and you cross nail at a slight angle, and your picture will show you in there. You're going in and into the thick part. Did I miss it? Oh, I missed it. Okay, I'll get the one on this end. What this nail is for is so when you're prying up on it, it's not only nailed down, it's nailed across. It's a lot stronger that way. That's what your frame looks like.
Now when you're using staples, you use a nail or you use a staple for that too?
When I use my stapler, I don't normally staple these, but you could, and I would staple if you're using a stapler, staple everything. It's quick. Now I was telling you that I had, you have a picture in there. This is what that pattern looks like. This is a frame assembly jig. The nice thing about this is you simply pull the spring piece back, you slide your end pieces in, goes 10 across each end. Now you can build 10 frames at a time. And since I'm stapling, it's just bang, bang, bang. And then you get it done, you flip it over, you put the bottoms in, and once you have the frames completed, then it's simple. You just pull the end pieces back and down, and then the frames will come out, and these pieces comes out the side. Now you got 10 completed frames. You put it back together again, and you're ready to start it all over again. That's why I included that, so that if you do your own frames, you wouldn't have to figure out the wheel again. Now once you have your frame built, the next step you're going to have is to wire it. And your foundation comes with wired running vertically. These are reinforcement wires. There are little hooks on the top of this that are meant to go in this groove, or this flat part here, that your weight strip will hold in, and that keeps it from coming out. But before we get to there, we got to put the cross wires in here. Now the white uses 4 across. Some people use 4. I use 2, and I've had pretty good luck with the 2. So it's again, personal choice, what you want to use. You take your, I'll get that started. I take a little 5/8 nail, and I will put that between the 2 center holes, since I'm using the 2 center holes to wire. I put it in at a slight angle. Then I will run the wire, and I go from top across, and I loop it. Now if you're using 4 holes, you can either do it in two steps, like 2 of these loops, or do it all in one, but one's kind of hard to get tight. Once I get that wire slid through, then I simply take and wrap it around the end of the wire around that nail twice. And that's going to give something to hold on to. And I did that one short, so I'm going to grab it and pull it. Okay. Then I'll slide her down. Now, I will take my finger and I will force that wire flat. Bring it through, and I use the roll to bring the wire back. Now this is the point where you get your tightness into your wires, and I just simply take my finger up, hold it, figure about where I need to have it, grab it with a set of pliers, and I pull. And then I bring it up, wrap it around, cut that wire off. Now when I tap this nail in at a slight angle, it draws that wire just a little bit tighter. Break off the little excess. You can get a pretty, I go for it, about middle G.